The women's tournament will be the first ever played on artificial turf.
And I think that the women are being treated as guinea pigs.
High-profile male athletes have weighed in, including basketball players Kobe Bryant and Kevin Durant. They both shared messages like "Protect our athletes."
It's kind of a nightmare.
A nightmare. That is the general consensus on turf play among the best of the best at the Women's World Cup. The Women's World Cup is the first World Cup ever to be played on turf. Players have long complained about the effects of turf play, and all the tournament fields are made of recycled tires.
You're going to see a lot of different types of injuries that, it's more common on, this turf. It's really hard on your body, so recovery takes a lot longer.
And the turf poses a higher risk for injuries.
The turf is really hot. I feel like my feet are burning.
This is the stuff everybody's talking about.
Soccer and football players alike are very familiar with them. The black dots, called crumb rubber, are actually shredded car and truck tires used in turf fields to fill the space between artificial blades of grass. They contain all the same chemicals found in tires. The International Agency for Cancer Research labels 4 carcinogens. On a soccer field, goalkeepers, more than any other player, roll around on the turf every practice.
The right eye of England goalkeeper Karen Barnsley being looked at. They're going to have to make a sub.
Maybe there's a rubber pellet in there. You saw that eye really start to swell up.
Again, as is the trademark of this tournament, on artificial turf, littered with those black rubber pellets.
It's made out of crumb rubber, which is actually mulched up recycled tires. It turns out that tires actually have a lot of different toxins and a lot of known carcinogens in them.
And the heat rising, it is so difficult to play on. The blisters form. These teams aren't used to it. Laura Below picked up a knock in training, and Laura George alluded to it, that the turf caused it.
A player down. Both teams will go to their sidelines, rehydrate, as the trainer's now going to come out and look at Duggan.
The sole of her shoe is probably melting to her foot. It's so hot.
One of the really big issues playing on this turf is how hot it gets, and we've heard reports about shoes actually melting during the course of a game.
Add it to my 101 reasons why not to play on turf.
It's hot, but even on the field, it's a lot hotter.
But yeah, Justin, it is very hot down here. The turf temperature reads 130 degrees. I spoke with the general coordinator for FIFA before the match, who said that they won't check it again.
And this is when I start to wonder if that heat is playing a factor in this game, with 2 of the strikers coming out.
I checked the difference in temperatures between the two sides. On the shaded side, about 80 degrees Fahrenheit, but on that sunny side, over 100 degrees Fahrenheit. You can actually see the heat rising from the field. And while that last substitution was going on, Samantha Kerr came over to the Australian sideline and got a water bottle, and she's squirting her feet with the water bottles. You know, with the heat radiating off that turf.
And even up here in our booth, I just thought I was near a heater. I mean, yeah. I just leaned forward, and and that's not on the turf. And I know you were out there with a thermometer earlier, and it is incrementally hotter on that field turf.
It just radiates from the surface. It's a very weird feeling, and we were out there yesterday during training for both of these teams, and you can just feel it the second you step on. It's like a heater coming straight up through your feet onto your shins and your calves.
Michelle Heyman was quoted in the Sydney Morning Herald as saying it was like walking on hot coals with your skin blistering and cracking. She said, your feet rip apart. You actually went down there, right, and got a temperature of the turf?
Yeah, it was 150 on the turf. Wow. Those rubber pellets that are in that turf really do radiate that heat.
It should be grass stains, not blood.